Hello friends, welcome to another video. I know it's been a while since I've done one, and that is because I was struggling. So I'm going to do a review on the Harbinger series by Jennifer.l.Armentrout. There's 3 books. It is Storm and Fury, Rage and Ruin, and Grace and Glory. Book 1. Book 2, Book 3. They are in the same world as the White Hot Kiss series that was my last review. I will put a link in the description box below to that series that I reviewed. The reason it took me so long is because I did not finish this series. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Jennifer.l.Armentrout's writing. Again, I would say this is a youth series. It is a little bit more spicier than White Hot Kiss. White Hot Kiss was no details but not closed doors. This one has more detail, but it is still no serious detail, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I did like the writing. I did like the storyline, but it runs very similar to White Hot Kiss, and I probably should have left a gap in between before I read this one. I'm also a mood reader, and I wasn't in the mood for that anymore. I needed something more adult, unfortunately. It's basically all the same characters. So instead of this one being around, like the last series was around Layla and Roth, this one is around Trinity and Zane. Zane gets his moment. So Trinity and her best friend Jada and her guardian Misha, Theory and Matthew. Theory and Matthew are the leaders of the warden group that Trinity lives in. Jada is a warden, and so is Misha. And Trinity is half human, half angel, which is supposed to be a secret. Like, that's a no-no. They were banned a long time ago. So she has her own special powers, and it's basically traditional plot, and almost the same is with Layla. Like, she's a mutt. She's half and half, and she has different powers than everyone else, and she has to learn how to control them and deal with them. But she has a purpose. She was created for a purpose, and there's something she's supposed to be fighting. So, obviously, all 3 books, mostly all the same characters. There's some new characters into the last ones. We actually still even, obviously we still get to see Layla and Roth and Cayman and even Danica and Layla's best friend Stacy are all in it. And we actually even get a spoiler if you haven't read White Hot Kiss. We actually get to see Sam as well, even though he is a spirit in this book, or in this series I should say, but he does make an appearance. But yeah, okay, so the writing is all in first person from Trinity's point of view, and like I said, it is youth. It is 14 plus for sure. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Jennifer.l.Armentrout's writing. I've read a ton of her books, and I am glad I've read them. There is a dragon in this one, because there is a dragon in the last one. It's Roth's dragon. But I don't think we get to see him in this one. They just talk about him. Anyway, I found it kind of repetitive to the White Hot Kiss series. So it's not that it was boring. Like I said, if I had taken a break and read something else in between, I probably would have been able to finish this one. But I did enjoy it. Like I said, I love her writing, but I'm only going to give it, I forgot to open up my little thingy here. I'm only going to give it, 2.5 stars. I want to give it a 3 because I loved Jennifer's writing. But, to me, nothing stood out in the plot. The spice was not spicing the way I like spice to spice. Again, my fault. I knew it was a youth book, so I can't blame that on purpose. She wrote it that way on purpose. I should have read something else in between. Parts of it were page turners for me, but not the whole thing. I didn't find any of the characters uninteresting, although Trinity is kind of, again, like it's aimed at teenagers, so she's supposed to be relatable to younger people, and of course I would say she is. When I was that age, I probably, well actually no, I wouldn't have, but I know people who would have. She was very reckless and very headstrong. She does what she wants when she wants, and mostly it's because she's rebelling against the control that's been on her whole life. Nobody wants that. Nobody likes to be controlled and kept hidden and in the dark and told not like to be secretive and all these things. Yeah. If I had read it at a different time, I probably would have liked it better. And I hate to say that for Jennifer.l.Armentrout. Like I said, I love her writing. I've given plenty of her other books 5 stars, but this one just gets a low rating for me because I found it predictable, and I found it a little, yeah, it's just a little too similar to too many. Like I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to describe. Again, I think I would have liked them better if I read them different time. Definitely not a page turner. Definitely will not be rereading. I would like to read the 3rd one eventually. I didn't even crack it. Like, I didn't even read it at all, and I kind of want to, but not right now. So unfortunately, this series did not finish for me currently because I am a mood reader, and it bugs me because I normally absolutely love this author's work, and this one just didn't do it for me. But if you liked White Hot Kiss, and it's been a while since you read it, you might enjoy this series very, very much so, because I'm not saying it's a bad series. It's great characters, a lot of the same characters. Yeah. And I feel like the ending is pretty predictable about how things are going to turn out. If you're new to romance and spicy books, then it's a good one to start because it's easing you in. It's not overly spicy, but there is that those scenes in it. Like I said, they just don't give full details. But anyway, that's my review of the Harbinger series by Jennifer.l.Armentrout. This way, so you can read the titles. Again, yeah. I feel like that was a very blah video, but I'm being honest. And if you have read these and you absolutely enjoyed them and you don't agree with me, you're entitled to your opinion. And you're probably right. Like I said, I will repeat myself again. If I read it at a different time, I probably would have loved it more. Not the writer's fault. My mood I was not in the right place to read them. But anyway, I still hope you liked the review. And like I said, I'll put a link in the description box below for the White Hot Kiss series. I really hope you still liked my video and that you like and subscribe. And hopefully I will see you guys all in the next video.